Hi, this is Des Blanchfield. I am here at TM Forum Digital Transformation World 2018 in Nice. And I have the pleasure of being joined by Carlos Palito. Hi Carlos, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well. Now Carlos, you are the head of digital transformation for Entel.
Yes, I am.
Could you perhaps just introduce yourself and give us a bit of a summary of your role for people who may not know who you are?
Okay, so my name is Carlos Palito. I'm the head of digital transformation at Entel. And I'm the main responsible for the digital transformation and the business transformation that we are doing in Entel. Entel is a telco operator, more than 50 years old, based in Chile and with operation in Peru. So we address the B2C and B2B business. So we are most post-paid company, but of course our main driver is to maintain the leadership on Chile, and since we have started the new operation in Peru in 2014, we are the attacker in Peru, but we would like to have the same leadership that we are having in Chile, in Peru, and maintain that for the next 10 years. So that's the reason we are doing this business transformation, okay?
Fantastic. Now I understand you've had a very successful, exciting relationship format with Ericsson, and you've gone through a business-wide digital transformation yourselves. Maybe just give us a quick summary of kind of how that relationship came about and the key steps you went through to bring about that business-wide transformation.
Okay, so like I told you, on 2014, we had the internal discussion. We are leaders, but we found out that at that point in time, to maintain that kind of leadership, we should change ourselves,
right,
in order to maintain that leadership, because the context, the competition that is coming aboard, and also the new incomer, the new so-called millennial, will produce challenge and stress to our organization. So therefore, this kind of millennial guys would like to have everything real time, seamless, simple. It's a new kind of stuff, new kind of challenge for the organization. So you have to understand that in 2020, 50% of the world population will be millennial. In Chile, we are expecting to have 2025, 75% of the population millennial. So
75?
Yeah, so it's very important for us at that point in time, and we discussed it that, gentlemen, we need to do something about it. Otherwise, in the 5 years more, we're going to have a huge problem with this new so-called millennial. And we are not prepared for that. So
right.
At that point in time, we decided to do a business transformation in order to create a different company, a better company, a digital telco company that could address these new incomers of a millennial that we're going to produce, challenging ourselves. So we started a journey in September 2015. We call it Digital Transformation at Entel. It's TDE. And for doing that transformation, we, at that point in time, we choose a partner, that is Ericsson, for doing this journey. Why is it so important to find a partner, choose a partner? What are the pillars for this business transformation? First of all, why we are doing this? What are our main pillars of it? So, these new clients are going to reach and they're going to challenge us, have different needs and different interaction with the telcos. So we create a concept, a program based upon 3 pillars. Okay. 3 plus 1 pillars. One is we should design a new offer, new products and services, simplified, full digitalized for this new kind of customers. It's very, very important that we do that. Second, we should address on let's say a lean organization that should be simple, in order to address the complexity that these guys want to have with us. That is nothing. So we know that this so-called millennials don't want to have nothing complex. If it's complex, they will leave. Okay?
Absolutely.
Third, the IT landscape. It is very, very important that when we create this transformation, we have an IT arena that allows us and leverages to support these new processes, this new lean organization, and also these new products, okay? All of this combined should and must deliver what we call a unique user experience to our client. It should be real time, should be seamless, paperless, paperless. That's the main concept of it. So for having that, for a company that has a 50 years old, a legacy, we have more than 500 applications, more than 80 providers. Normally we took 3 to 6 months to launch a new product. We spend a lot of millions to do that. So it's not compatible with this new challenge that we are being addressed with the new guys, because these new guys, they don't use Facebook. If they don't have the things real time, they don't have right. They go away and do a lot of noise on the social side.
And they can churn instantly, right?
That's a complex way.
Yeah.
This is a challenge. So you have to be very, very proactive in order to maintain the focus of them, because they don't have. Actually, they don't have focus. They have a lot of multitasking. Very fast. So, and they expect that the telcos work like a startup.
Yes.
This is a challenge because we are not a startup.
No.
So we have to change the mindset and all the stuff to be a new startup kind of operation. So normally I said that we are doing a change during the flight of a plane, Boeing 737 to Airbus A380. During the flight.
I did like that anecdote. When we were talking earlier, you mentioned essentially if the aeroplane takes off as a Boeing 747, and you wouldn't need it to land as an Airbus A380. So in the middle, you're going through design, discovery, planning, budgeting, building, testing,
and deliver service day by day.
Service, right? Because you've got 5 decades.
Yes.
5 decades of I guess business and whatever plus some acquisitions. I'm really keen to get your insights on some of the key challenges you faced internally, and I guess what kinds of things you look to Ericsson to help you address in that challenge. Were there a couple of key 2 or 3 things that you faced that you realized it probably made no sense for you to tackle as an organization internally because it wasn't necessarily your core business, that you then looked to Ericsson to bring on board, whether it's your business support systems or operations or billing or other key aspects?
Okay, let's consider this. We are doing a change the business itself.
Right.
We are changing the mindset of the game. So there is no such thing like one rule.
Okay.
So at this point in time, we decided to partner. It's very, very important that you choose a partner. To this kind of business transformation, it's critical. It's like a marriage. Okay. It's like a marriage, and we have to decide to it's going to be marriage, and you're going to have problems, but you have to find a common way.
I like
common
that.
Solution.
That's a great analogy.
So of course we have problems. We don't know what we're going to be after.
Absolutely.
Nobody knows.
No.
We know that what we want to achieve. We want to do it together, and we have to more or less combine the will and the strength of the two companies. That's why it's very, very important to choose partners.
Focus on the outcome, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing that is very important, that's why we choose Ericsson, is that at that point in time we said, gentlemen, let's change ourselves. Let's change. We need to change our business, but Ericsson needs to change also. So let's combine it and let's produce a new result that we think it will be a new digital company, but also a new digital partner for Entel. That's why we started to do that.
There's no secret that Ericsson themselves have gone through the entire digital transformation internally. So I guess the great thing from your point of view, listening to what you're saying there, is that not only are you going through that process, but you're working with a partner who has already gone through the process themselves. They've learned some of the pitfalls. They're bringing that value to you. The other interesting thing that I just took away from what you were sharing there was that you've realized that you did need a partner. You chose a good, strong partner who's been through that journey, and now you're building on those strengths, as you said, in the way that we might think of a marriage. You have good days, bad days, but you focus on the outcome. If you were going to look at the next sort of 3 to 5 to 10 years, I mean, telcos, they're not glass-ill, but they move relatively slowly, but you still need to be agile and nimble for the millennial that you're talking about. What are some of the things that you see coming over the horizon as far as the next 3 to 5 years and beyond?
Let me... I don't have a crystal ball, but one thing I know that the change that we are doing, and for the B2C phase we have already done it, we have also changed ourselves in terms of organization. So our organization, our business unit, already works on a different way. It's not the common way of doing things on structural and hierarchical way. They work as a startup company.
Right.
So of course we cannot put people that work during 20 to 30 years working on a structural way on a startup mode of operating. So we are doing this, we have changed it. They are operating that way, and this new transformation, these new products, this new setup, this new process, also allow us to produce this new organization that we have built inside of our Entel. So the B2C is already changed ourselves in terms of delivering this kind of organization. So it's very, very important, and we are doing this process right now, and we're going to do in the next phase, in the next business unit, saying that what we believe that is going to be the telco in the future, we don't want to be a commodity.
Right.
if we are a commodity, it's a deal break, because it's impossible to be a commodity. And of course the OTTs and all these big five try to push ourselves to the dumb pipes, but of course we don't want to stay that way.
Well, you lose the stickiness of the customer, don't you?
Of course, that's why it's very, very important that you know the customer, you interact with the customer. It's our customers, not their customers. So they are surfing our network. So gentlemen, this is my customer, this is the way of doing. So it depends upon us to create a lock-in in the marketing arena in order to guarantee that the client is locked in with us and not with third parties. But of course, we don't want to maintain, let's say, a monopoly of the clients. Of course, we have an open arena, but we want our share of pie, of course, of the revenues of everyone. Because if you know that this sector demands a huge amount of money in terms of investment, so this is very, you have to understand this business transformation that we are doing. It's not an IT transformation. We have around 1,000 people involved, 24 nationalities. This is very complex. So, but the beauty of it is that we are learning with it, and we are changing ourselves. Believe me, that since day one that we have started in the end of September of 2015, we have already changed ourselves and adapt in order to get the best results. Okay, we adapt ourselves. The partner also adapts, and we are getting the right result. This is the beauty of it. You, including, have changed some of the product size in order to support us and leverage us this new digital product we want to achieve. So this is the beauty. We are combining two strengths from the partner and from ourselves in order to guarantee that at the end we're going to deliver the best products and services and get the best user experience that we have to our clients, and maintain the leadership, of course, that we want to maintain in Chile and Peru. Okay?
Sounds very exciting. Well, look, thank you so much for making time to catch up with me on camera. It's been great to get to know you, get to know your role and I guess what you're doing at Entel. And just listening to what you're saying, there's a lot of key takeaways that viewers will be able to take over. The main thing for me was that when you talked about the in-flight transition with the analogy, the plane, over 1,000 people on the team doing the transition, that you've got some business units already completed the transition, and I guess the key point of selecting Ericsson as a partner, you're able to focus on your core business and move forward. So look, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you and your business, and we look forward to what's happening in the next 3 to 5 years with you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. And folks, with that, we will wrap up. Thanks for joining us.